Shalom Israel. We want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and blessings to the elect. It's the brother Yachazak from the Great Millstone Dallas camp, and this video is basically a response to the Apostle Zahar going into the video of reincarnation versus the resurrection. And he basically let us know that the guys were seemed to be sincere in that video, so this is not an attack. It's just about edification through the scriptures about the subject of reincarnation. Basically, the Dallas camp, we have a group text. We send stuff back and forth to each other, bounce things off one another in order to edify the whole group. But the Apostle Zahar saying, go ahead and edify these brothers on reincarnation. All these different scriptures came out in the group text, which through the Spirit, hopefully you brothers are edified. I want to get into some of them that the brothers left on the group text. We're going to start out with Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 1. For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright, our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. And then I'm going to jump down to verse 5. It says, for our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning. For it is fast sealed, so that no man come again. Now, notice how at the top of that verse it said that that's what the ungodly say. The ungodly don't believe in the reincarnation according to the Bible. Now, if you don't believe in reincarnation according to that Hindu doctrine or whatever that is, where you come back as a worm or you come back as a bee or something like that, then of course that's not what the scriptures are talking about. The scriptures don't deal with humans coming back as animals and things of that nature, you know. But basically we're gonna get into some scriptures, man, and there's so many different routes to go, you know what I'm saying. Let's see, we got Mark, let's see, we got Matthew, we got Ecclesiastes, you know what I'm saying. We're gonna get into the Apocrypha as well, but I'm just gonna read off. I'm not going in a certain particular order, you know, but basically this is Matthew chapter 19 verse 28. It says, and Yahweh said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Now, when the Lord told the disciples that, he let them know that it was going to be in the regeneration. Because a lot of people want to say that reincarnation, the word reincarnation is not in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And just make sure we want to be fair about the situation. When you type in the word reincarnation, it says there are no concordance results for reincarnation in the King James Version, which is cool. Y'all got that. We'll give you chalk up a point for the ungodly. But when you think about the regeneration, when you think about the word reincarnation, it don't say America in there. It don't say machine guns. It don't say missiles. You know what I'm saying? One of the brothers made that point. It doesn't say Babylon is America, but through the Spirit, you understand that. You know what I'm saying? So let's just be spiritual about the situation. Now, let's go back to Matthew. It says in the regeneration. Let's go look up this word regeneration. Because the word reincarnation means back in the flesh. Re meaning back, incarnate in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? And that's all it's going into. There's nothing mystical or crazy about it. It's just, it is what it is. Now, let's look up regeneration.
Strong's G 3824. Polygenesia. Polygenesia.
Okay. New birth, reproduction, a renewal, a recreation, a regeneration. You know what I'm saying? And the word generation, when you go back to the word gene, you know what I'm saying? Your seed, your gene. It says the new birth. You're going to be born again after you die. You know what I'm saying? According to the scriptures, your spirit leaving your body ain't the end of it. You know what I'm saying? Alright, this is Mark chapter 9 verse 1. And he said unto them, verily I say unto you, that there be some of them that stand here which shall not taste death till they see the kingdom of the Most High come with power. And that haven't happened yet. You know what I'm saying? The Lord say some of y'all not going to taste death. But didn't all the apostles and all the disciples, didn't they all die? You know what I'm saying? You can't get around that, man, because I'll say this. If reincarnation didn't exist, then that would make the Most High a liar. You know what I'm saying? Because he promised Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that he was going to make their seed be of the sand of the sea. You know? So, if he made that promise, and then if you just die and that's it, then what happened to the promise that he made to Abraham? You know? You got to think about stuff like that when it comes to being spiritual about the situation. Malachi 3:6 real quick. It says, "For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed." And the sons of Jacob are not consumed. You know what I'm saying? If he was going to consume the whole nation, if the sons of Jacob was going to be consumed, none of us would be here today. How is that promise made? How is that promise made by a man that can't lie and won't change his mind? How can he make you a promise that won't come true? So reincarnation would have to be the best answer for this question. You know what I'm saying? This is I'm just gonna jump around a little bit. I may seem like I'm all over the place, but so many different scriptures came out that, you know, as long as they come out and they explain, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, hopefully you get it. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9. The thing that had been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It hath already been of old time, which was before us. There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. You know, basically, with not being able to remember your former lives and your past lives and how many times you were here and how many times you were put to death, the Most High blocked that from us so that we wouldn't be, so that basically we wouldn't go crazy. You know what I'm saying? But it says nothing is new up under the sun, including man. You know, there's so many different scriptures that prove this. That is, I'm not gonna say it's ridiculous, but it just makes our point. You can go all over the Bible, from the Old Testament to the New Testament to the Apocrypha, and hopefully I'm just gonna keep on going down this list and just keep on bringing it out. You know. Okay, we got Mark, we got Malachi. What's next? Because I want to go to let's go to Job. Job chapter 14. Because Job went in on it. You know, Job was big in that whole reincarnation thing. You know, he understood it. That's why it was written so beautifully in the scriptures. Let's start at Job chapter 14, verse 13. Oh, that thou wouldest hide me in the grave, that thou wouldest keep me secret. Hide me in the grave, meaning when my body goes into the ground, he's being hid from what's coming. You know what I'm saying? To the rest of the world. It says, oh, that thou wouldest hide me in the grave, that thou wouldest keep me secret until thy wrath be past. Because don't think for one second that Job didn't know about the missiles and the martial law and all these things that are coming. He understood the terror of the Lord, and he knew that it was coming, and he prayed to the Most High to hide him in the grave. Meaning he knew he was going to die in that lifetime, and he was going to see those things in the future. And we got more scriptures to back that up in Job too. Verse 14, it says, if a man die, shall he live again? All the days of my appointed time will I wait till my change come. He says, if a man die, will he live again? The reason why he's asking that question is because he already knows the answer. It says, all the days of my appointed time will I wait until my change come. When you die, your spirit goes back to the Heavenly Father, your body goes to the dirt. That's why he said, hide me in the grave. And then he goes on to say, all the days of my appointed time will I wait. He's talking about being in the spiritual world, in the spiritual realm, waiting for his new body. Till my change comes is referring to that new body coming as a newborn baby through the seed of your father. You understand? Yeah, he said he's going to wait till this change comes. Thou shalt call, and I will answer. Thou would have a desire to the work of thine hands. You know what I'm saying? When the Most High say, hey, Job, I'm going to put your spirit in this body right here. Job accepted it, and he was ready to feel whatever destiny he was going to feel in that new body. You know what I'm saying? And he's referring to coming back in that new body after the destruction. But it wasn't no missiles, and it wasn't no martial law, and it wasn't none of all that type of stuff back then during the time of Job. So what was he talking about? You know? And to back that up, we're going to go to Job chapter 19. Now keep in mind, he just mentioned in chapter 14 that he was asking the Most High to hide him in the grave. This is Job chapter 19 verse 26. It says, and though after my skin worms destroy this body, talking about in that point in time in history when he was alive on the scene, being a prophet, being a man of the Lord, yet in my flesh shall I see the Most High. How is he going to see the Most High in his flesh if he already know that his body is going to be destroyed? When the worms eat your body, that's a decomposition thing. You know, I would say your body is put down and back into the earth. The worms eat your body, you know what I'm saying, and then you dispersed out. Your body is dispersed back to the dust where it came from. Whom I shall see for myself, and mine eyes shall behold, and not another, though my reins be consumed within me. But ye should say, why persecute we him, seeing the root of the matter is found in me? Be ye afraid of this sword, for wrath bringeth the punishments of the sword, that ye may know there is a judgment. Now he was already knowing that he was going his body was going to be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Nobody lives at that point in time. Nobody was scheduled to live forever. You know, you even had Methuselah being 969 years old, being the oldest man ever to live. But Job didn't get that far. You know what I'm saying? He understood that death was going to come, and your body was going to return to the ground, and your spirit was going to return to the Heavenly Father, and you was going to be up there with the Heavenly Father until it was time to come back. That's how the promises are fulfilled. You know, you have to wait for your change to come. You have to fulfill your judgment. Whatever your life is going to be when you come back is up to the Heavenly Father. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now we hit that in Job. Now let's go to Luke 20 and 24. Luke 20 and 42. Okay, now this is Luke chapter 20 verse 42. And David saith in the book of Psalms, the Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou on my right hand, till I make thine enemies my footstool. David therefore calleth him Lord. How is he his son? This is a question that Yahushua posed to the wicked scribes and Pharisees. You know what I'm saying? It says David himself said in the book of Psalms that the Lord said unto my Lord, talking about the Most High. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said unto my Lord, sit on my right hand. Who was the only person that the Most High said that to? He said that to Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou on my right hand until I make my enemies, make thine enemies my footstool. You know what I'm saying? If you can receive it, everybody knows that King Solomon was the son of King David. You know what I'm saying? So it would behoove you to get into the scriptures and be able to understand what that's actually talking about. You know what I'm saying? It says, and he said unto them, how say that Hamashiach is David's son? You know, the reason why he was saying that he was David's son is because he was Solomon coming back in the reincarnation. There's nothing new under the sun. You know, and David understood that through the Spirit. That's why he said that in the Psalms. So we're going to move on to the next one. 2 Samuel 7 and 12. And when thy days be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, I will set up thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowels, and I will establish his kingdom. He shall build an house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. I will be his father, and he shall be my son. If he commit iniquity, I will chasten him with the rod of men, and with the stripes of the children of men. This was talking about Solomon. When in the scriptures did Solomon be chastised with the rod of men? There's no account of Solomon being beaten with stripes. You know what I'm saying? And with the stripes of the children of men. But my mercy shall not depart away from him. You know, it says my mercy will not depart away from him, even though he's gonna be beaten with stripes. As I took it from Saul, whom I put away before thee. He compared him to Saul. He was like, look, even though he went off, even though he's gonna be beaten with stripes, my spirit is not gonna depart from him like it did from Saul. I'm gonna stick with him. Why? Because of course the Most High knew. You know. And thine house and thy kingdom shall be established forever before thee. Thy throne shall be established forever. According to all these words And according to all the vision, to all this vision, so did Nathan speak unto David. And that was a whole situation between, that was a whole situation of a prophecy being with Solomon going off that he was going to be beaten with stripes. He never was beaten with stripes. There's no account of it. You know, he came back as Yahushua and was beaten with stripes then, and we can prove that as well. Okay, Hebrews 7:26. It says, "For such an high priest became us, who is holy, harmless, undefiled, separate from sinners, and made higher than the heavens, who needed not daily, as those high priests, to offer up sacrifice, first for his own sins, and then for the people's. For this he did once, when he offered up himself." Now, how many times did Yahushua come and die for the nation? He only did it once. You know what I'm saying? And it says to offer up sacrifice first for his own sins. He never sinned as Yahushua. That 33 years he came not to destroy the law but to fulfill it, that 33 years he was perfect. So, like I said earlier, if you could receive it, Solomon was never beaten with stripes, but Yahushua was. You know? You can't get around that, man. A spiritual mind is going to be able to wrap itself around these things, man. You know? It says, "For the law maketh men high priests which have infirmity, but the word of the oath which was since the law maketh the Son who is consecrated forevermore." Now, if you can't figure that out after hearing that the Lord didn't just die for his own sins, but everybody else's, you have to figure out when he sinned. Yahushua never sinned. He was perfect for 33 years. That's the understanding on that. You know? Okay, now, let's go to this is Psalms chapter 104, verse 29. "Thou hidest thy face, they are troubled. Thou takest away their breath, they die, and return to their dust. Thou sendest forth thy spirit, they are created, and thou renewest the face of the earth." You renewest the face of the earth with the people that passed away. You know, according to the scriptures, in Exodus chapter 20, it goes into how you come back every third or fourth generation. You know, we don't have to get that, but it's obvious that you have to come back. Malachi 4:5 says, "Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming and great and dreadful day of the Lord. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse." And when you go to Matthew chapter 11, the Lord broke down to the disciples that Elijah was John the Baptist John the Baptist was Elijah coming back in the reincarnation. And here at Great Millstone, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and the teachings of the apostles and their elders before them, we have received and believe that Abba Bivens came back as well as John the Baptist to do what? Turn the hearts of the children back to their fathers in the great and dreadful day of the Lord. So we're gonna keep on moving. All right, let's I'm gonna jump to the Apocrypha. Let's get some stuff out of the Apocrypha. Because we already went in the Old Testament. We got some things out of the New Testament. Now let's go to the Apocrypha to make sure we use the whole roll, so to speak. You know, when you have the whole roll at your disposal, you know, it may seem like you're all over the place from time to time, but it's all over the scriptures. You know. All right, let's get I'm gonna get 2nd Ezra. Okay, 2nd Ezra 7:56. It says, For while we lived and committed iniquity, we considered not that we should begin to suffer for it after death. If death is it, then how you gonna suffer afterwards? You know? Just like back in Job, you're gonna wait, you're gonna go back up to the spirit world, your spirit gonna go back up there, you're gonna wait on your change to come, you're gonna come back in a new body to fulfill that destiny. That's how it works. That's how the Lord set it up. Don't matter if you don't believe it, that's how it is. Okay, let's jump over to chapter 14. We'll jump over to 2nd Ezra chapter 14. Oh, okay, there we go. That's what I was looking for. 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 16 and 17. Say, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, return it not backward. Even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. Woe is me, woe is me. Who shall deliver me in those days? Why would he ask that question? You know, He understood what was coming. You know, he saw the prophecy. He had the vision. And he asked, who's going to deliver me in those days? That was, what, over 2,000 years ago. With Ezra, he said, who was going to deliver me in those days? Because when he saw the vision, he saw what was happening today. He saw the missiles flying, and he saw the martial law, and he saw people getting jacked up, and he saw all these things, and he said, who's going to deliver me in those days? Basically asking the Most High, hey, I'm going to need some help in that day. So he understood that he was going to be living in that time, man. Nothing new under the sun. We're going to keep on saying that. All right, let's see. 2nd Ezra. Okay, I did have one in 2nd Ezra. 14 and 35. That's what I was looking for. Chapter 14. Chapter 14 and 35. Okay, for after death shall the judgment come. Come on, man. For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again. That's what it's talking about. That's reincarnation right there. That's regeneration. You know, for after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again, and then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared. Now, all those so-called white people that got away with all that murder and rape and robbery, it says the ungodly shall be declared. They will be manifest. You know what I'm saying? The righteous is going to be manifest. When the righteous are manifest, that's going to be all the prophets and all the believers in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai that died in this truth. They're going to be manifested. You're going to know who they are. And it's going to be the same thing for the wicked. You know, it ain't no way of getting around that, man. Everybody is going to be judged. That's why you have so many people on the planet at this point in time. Just like the Apostle Aram mentioned a few times. You know, you got so many people on the planet, it's because it's going to be that judgment, man. Whether you was wicked or whether you was righteous, you're going to be judged. You know? And the 2/3, for the nation of Israel, the 2/3, they have to be destroyed in order to come back and live in righteousness, man. The Lord said the nation of Israel is his chosen people. That's the apple of his eye. He wouldn't go back on his word. He said that he was going to deliver us, eventually the whole nation, starting with the elect through Yahushua. But that was his promise, and he's a man that can't lie. And him and Yahushua are on one accord. So if the Lord, Yahweh is not going to lie, then Yahushua is not going to lie. And let's go ahead and prove that, and then I'll let you brothers go. Hebrews 13 and 8. Hamashiach Yahweh Shai the same yesterday and today and forever. So with Yahweh setting up the system of reincarnation, Yahweh Shai is on board with that. Hopefully we the men of the Lord, the hopeful elect, we on board with that as well. We have that understanding. That's the only shot that we got, bro. That's the only shot that we got. Without the system of reincarnation being implemented by the Heavenly Father, we would all be destroyed. And with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and blessings to the elect. Shalom.